What is up, Gundam MSIA fans? Today's figure that I'm showing off today is the Japanese Guncannon. The Japanese Gundam MSIA Guncannon, in my opinion, looks a lot better than the USA one. Personally, myself, I'm not actually a big fan of the Guncannon, but I thought, you know what, the Japanese Guncannon looks pretty good, more so compared to like the USA one, and I picked one up just in my collection because it's a cheap figure, it's not expensive, so I just thought, you know what, one's not gonna hurt me anyway. The USA one, I just don't know, like, again, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of panel lining, and this panel lining looks really good on this figure. And the red looks different on the USA one. I prefer the red on this one. And I'll get a wee bit closer for you guys just so you can see it. And let's see if my camera can focus here. There you go. I don't. It just looks a lot better compared to the USA one, personally, in my opinion. Anyway, sadly, I don't have a USA one to show you guys, but if you own a USA Guncannon, you'll know what I'm talking about, and most people will agree that the Japanese one is superior. Fun fact, like, see, the Guncannon was actually one of the Federation's first mobile suit that they used to fight, as I was going to say Oz there, they used to fight Zeon with, but sadly it was scrapped, and the reason why that is because it was really slow, like, as a mobile suit. So anybody could just like use a Zaku, fly all around it, fly circles around a Guncannon, and just blow it up instantly. Like, this thing was armored up so much that it can take a good amount of hits, but like, sadly, if you're like piloting a Zaku and you're just flying around it, eventually it's gonna break. And it was a failed mass production mobile suit for the Federation. That's why you don't see too many gun cannons going about. And I believe they first appeared in the origin stories of Char, and then that's when you see the Black Tri-Stars and Roll take down like a full squad of the gun cannons, and they got absolutely obliterated. And then you see it again in the UC and the original series of Gundam, and it does a good job in the show, tanking a lot of hits, and obviously there's a good amount of plot armor going on in that show, but it did a good job in the show. But realistically, it's not a good mass produce mobile suit, especially for the time. Like, it was just better to pilot a GM because they were a lot faster and harder to shoot down and take down. Even the ball was doing a lot better than the gun cannon, which is quite funny, even though it's called the Flying Coffin in the Universal War. In the 1 Year War, sorry. But yeah, no, like, it actually took four GMs, like, cost-wise, to make this thing. So why make one gun cannon when you can have four GMs to be in an army? So again, that's why it was scrapped. It was really slow, cost a lot of money, and it just wasn't performing very well in the war at all. So there was not many of these things going around. But its predecessor did come along, and they did decide to make a faster... I'm not actually sure if this thing has got more armor than this. I would like to say not, but they made a GM gun cannon type, which descended from the gun cannon, and personally, I prefer the look of this thing so much more compared to the gun cannon. I don't know, this just looks so much better in my opinion. Again, I only have one of these. I've got a few I got a few GM cannons because they just look so much better, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree that the GM cannon looks so much better as well. But yeah, no, now I'm actually going to talk about the figure itself. Now time to get to the figure. It comes with closed fists. Sadly, I don't have the closed fists. I've only got the open ones, but the hands do pop out like that and easily go back in. There's a lot of force in this, so like, it takes a bit to take the hand out. It comes with the other, and these parts are quite easy to lose, the missile parts of the gun cannon, which look pretty cool on it. Honestly, it does look really cool. I actually prefer the missile ones compared to the normal Guncannon bits. And I think you see this like one time in the UC show, around about the time where they're fighting Rambaral, I believe. This is where you see this, like one time when they're fighting on Earth. And sadly, again, that's all that it realistically comes with. The extra Guncannon parts, the close fist hands, which I don't have, and its beam gun. Now I'm going to get into the articulation of the figure. Well, in fact, I should probably show off the feet actually as well, and the back of it. So this is the feet. I'll see if my camera can get a nice wee close up. This is the feet there. The detail is very well made here, and then we'll get a close up on this here, and then the vents, and the gun as well. Looks pretty well detailed in the hands. Then we'll get to the back, the back boosters. Then you'll see these figures, for being Japanese figures, they were all made in China, so it's quite funny. And yeah, like just good, very well detailed figures for back in its time. Again, a lot of people think these are like high grade model kits when they see me post these figures, but no, they're just old action figures that are very well made from its time and very sturdy. Just drop it, and like the Guncannon especially is a sturdy figure. Like you can like throw this thing and it'll come out on top. The only downside, well not downside, the only weak part of the figure is the antennas at the top. That is the weak part about the figure. But yeah, now let's get into the articulation. So the arm is very well, like it doesn't come off easily, and it can go like this all around 360. Its hand can move 360. This part can also move 360, like its like front arm, and then this part can also move 360 as well. It's like two separate joint parts, like here and here, which is quite weird. Elbow joint 45 degrees. These things can move like around about 45 degrees, I'd like to say, and it's the same with the normal ones as well. You can move it up like that and down. The head can move a 360, just a wee bit of force on it. Legs, this is as far as it can go forward when you're standing up straight. This is as far as it can go back, which is actually quite good, decently. It goes back quite far. You can rotate the foot a full 360, which is pretty good, and move it around a decent amount. And again, it's a very strong, bulky figure. Let's see if you can move the torso. Nah, you can't move the torso on this one. So the torso is staying still for this. But yeah, no, that's it for the figure review. There's not really much with the Guncannon, but it's an awesome figure, especially the Japanese version, and it's just a great collection to your figure if you're a big fan of the 1 Year War. And if you are, then you got to collect all the 1 Year War stuff, personally. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching the review of the Gundam MSIA Guncannon. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like the video because it helps the channel an awful lot, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys later. Bye.